Welcome to the first episode of the Cage Fight Podcast. This is Laser, also known as Nick by fucking, plebs. And over here to my right is my good buddy, my cousin, my partner in crime. He helped me bury the body. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi. I thought we were doing the body after this. But yeah, this is Mike. I don't have a nickname. I have a Twitter handle that I have hated for years and plan to change. I don't know what to though, so for now, just call me Mike.
All right. Well, we're going to be taking you over the course of this podcast through the entire filmography of Nicolas Cage.
The greatest actor of all time.
Oh, yeah. Certainly the most proliferous actor of all time, if that's even a word. Proliferous? I don't know. Along the way, we'll be guided by our good friend, sound engineer Dave.
What up?
And I didn't agree to him being a good friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean...
Yeah, me and Mike have had our disagreements throughout the years, but I'm happy to work with him, especially from the other room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we fought, and I can't smell him from here, so we shouldn't have any beef.
All right, and I'm just glad I don't have to break up any more gunfights, because I was getting tired of patching gun holes in my drywall. Gun holes, that's a word. I can't fucking talk today. All right, so we're going to start off today by telling you about Nicolas Cage in general, his history, his life, about the Cage oeuvre, his acting style, his relatives in Hollywood. We'll also tell you a little bit about ourselves, about our taste in movies, so you get a reference point as we go through his entire filmography. And then we'll discuss the next movies we're going to see in this podcast format. So, now that I gave that introduction, I think you should go first. I'm a long-time listener, first-time host. Want to say, how do you feel about Cage?
He seems to be a recurring character in my life. He just kind of pops up in random places. Whether it be my dreams, my deepest insecurities. He's involved in my life in many, many ways.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I dream about him most nights.
Yeah. He's always been kind of as far as actors go, he kind of feels like an urban legend of acting, because he's just like this, like you said, he has his own style. It's a very established style, and he sticks to it, and
he's pretty outside the norm in what he does. And also, he's kind of become this, like, meme god. I don't know. Like, the Nicolas Cage memes have been around for a long time. I kind of lived on the outside of that, and now I'm going to have to live on the very inside of that, get all up in there, in its guts.
We're going deep into the web for this.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go so deep into the web that I bet the fucking FBI is going to be watching us one day or two.
If they're not already. I did get in some trouble recently for viewing Aquaman 2018.
You did not fucking view Aquaman.
I viewed Aquaman 2018, and here's the thing. I didn't want to pay for it. And
see, the problem with all you commie kids today is you want something for nothing. Like, back in my day, like, which is, today, like, we fucking worked hard and did, like, whatever we needed to get where we are in life. And, we didn't fucking expect everything to be handed to us like fucking Aquaman 2018. Most of us would have paid for that shit. We would have fucking went out of the way to go hand our money to a person. I spilled water all over my pants, but I'm going to keep going on about this because it's so important that you fucking kids know what you're doing.
Very passionate.
God damn.
If you got it on a fucking microphone, I swear to God.
I didn't get it on the microphone. I got it on my pants.
And pants is slang for microphone.
Yeah, it's a West Coast thing.
It's a West Coast. And for those of you who don't know, we are on the West Coast right now. It is currently 2:33 minus 2 hours.
70 degrees and sunny.
And I'm looking at the beautiful Pacific Coast Highway right outside the window right now.
Beautiful, isn't it, Mike?
It is beautiful and historic, and that might be Nicolas Cage in his convertible right now. I see a terrifying Widow's Peak just kind of blowing all over the place.
That's a Miata, isn't it? He's driving a
That
Miata.
is actually a custom Mazda Miyagi.
The Miyagi, that's right. I remember when they rolled those out and there was that commercial. It was like a cartoon karate guy. I don't know. Do you remember this? It was like
it was like that super
95-ish.
racist cartoon. It was like super problematic. And then they pulled it from the air and
Right, there was like a Gawker article about it recently, I think.
oh yeah. Gawker. It was either Gawker or Breitbart. I can't remember. Those are the only two sites I ever check. So
Yeah, same these days for me.
I don't know what you goddamn commie kids are talking about, but anyways.
oh yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah,
Nicolas Cage.
He just walked down the street there, I think. Well,
he's,
it might
he's
have
on
been him.
he's on that PCH
It
out there.
might have been Anne Hathaway. I couldn't really tell.
I don't know. They're
look
both
the same from
gorgeous.
the side. Yeah,
But it was definitely a Mazda Miyagi.
yeah,
was
it's true.
Definitely a Mazda Miyagi.
Yeah.
I think that might be custom. And knowing what I know about Nicolas Cage, he can afford it, and he will shell out the cash.
Oh yeah, because apparently he does shit like buy Tyrannosaurus skulls or something, and then turns out they're stolen.
So here's the thing about Nicolas Cage. I feel like to a lot of people, he's kind of like a joke or a punchline. And in reality, he's just a guy who's doing what he's always dreamt of doing. Like he became an actor or started acting in his teens, and he fell in love with it. And now he made a career out of it. And so he uses that money to just fucking piss it away on all kinds of weird shit. Like Nick said here, he purchased a Tyrannosaurus skull, which ended up being stolen.
Yeah, he then had to give that up. So I think he lost something like $300,000 in the process. I don't know. I actually read this a very long time ago, and it was just brought up to me again today. I hadn't thought about it, but I mean, shit. Put yourself in his shoes. If you had a lot of fucking money floating around from making a million movies, and there was an opportunity to buy a Tyrannosaurus skull, wouldn't you do that?
There's no
It's
chance
a
I
lifelong
wouldn't.
dream.
There's no chance I would. And $300,000, that's what he lost from this transaction?
Something like that.
Because-
I could be pulling a number completely out of my ass there.
I mean, he wipes his own ass with $300,000.
Yeah,
That is
probably.
nothing to him. He probably has several skulls all over his estate at this point. He also bought the first appearance of Superman. Is Action Comics 1? Is that the first appearance of Superman?
Mm-hmm.
He purchased that.
We need
and
Zach on here.
yeah, we need our comic expert, Zachary Dobrzinski. But yeah, he purchased that, and it was stolen from him. So he's always either buying shit that's already stolen, or he's dropping cash and getting stuff stolen. I feel like it's a game to him. But he eventually got that back and sold it for $2.1 million.
Brilliant investment.
He's a man who knows what he wants, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't care if the internet likes to either pretend he's God or pretend he's some weird sicko. He just wants to live his life in the most I can't think of another word for it, but insane way possible. The way he lives is a lot like the way he acts. He's just over the top and kind of he's very out there.
Oh yeah. You see, that's actually another thing I wanted to talk about was his acting style, where like a lot of people view him as being kind of freaking, crazy off the hinge sometimes. And then I actually saw some interviews with him where he was talking about he was fed up with kind of method acting and super character-based acting. And he'd wanted to go back to more of that like silent film style of acting where people couldn't express emotion through speaking or anything like that. They had to do it completely visually. So he kind of tried to bring that style back, and initially, I think the first film he did this in was Vampire's Kiss, which was, what was that?
Which he also swallowed a
89?
live cockroach in preparation for.
Oh, yeah.
True fact.
Did not know that, actually. See, you can see I'm so qualified to be talking about this, because I know everything that we're talking about here. But, yeah, I don't know. Vampire's Kiss was, you can see a little bit of his eccentric acting style in there, where he gets a little bug-eyed. His famous, that "you don't say" meme thing comes from there. His little ABCs rant also comes from that movie. And he's toned it down a lot since then. But the guy, apparently, this has been a thing he's been trying to do for a long time, is to be less realistic and try and explore more what you can do with the medium of acting besides realism to try and convey emotions. And I think that's actually a really interesting thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, it can come off goofy and hilarious, and we've gotten some golden memes out of it, but
Yeah.
um,
If you
but it's a noble pursuit.
I feel like a lot of how that's happened is he will perform in such a way, and then people will like take clips of movies and like post them on the internet out of context.
Oh yeah.
And so people are just seeing these small clips where he's acting like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, like for instance, actually, there's a scene that I guess is from Matchstick Men, where he's like, "Have you ever been dragged down to the side of the street and beaten till you pissed blood?" Which when I first saw that, I laughed for probably about 30 minutes straight. But like learning more about the context of that scene is he's a man with Tourette's, I guess, who is trying to get his medication so he doesn't have outbursts like that. So, you know, like
exactly. So it makes sense in context.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I kind of appreciate that about him because, I mean, so many actors can suffer from being like typecast, and which I guess he sort of has.
He's kind of cagey in and of himself, you know.
A good one.
And we're gonna end the episode right there. Good work, good work. But yeah, I mean, like, the most recent movie of his I've seen is Mandy, which came out last year, and it was kind of being touted as like his breakout, not breakout role, but like the best role of his career. Like he's hit his peak, he's done Mandy, and he is not fucking around anymore.
Oh.
And
Oh damn.
I don't know if you've seen that movie, but he is just pretty much full-blown Nicolas Cage in it, and it really fits. It's kind of like it feels like Nicolas Cage's John Wick.
Oh really?
But
I love John Wick personally. I haven't seen Mandy. In fact, I don't know why I'm here, because I don't fucking see movies until they've been out for at least like a year, often two. Like the last.
Oh, I love John Wick. I haven't seen Mandy.
Well, see, no. We'll talk about John Wick for a minute here. No.
John Wick, my favorite Cage movie. Nicolas Cage actually played the dog in John Wick.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
Well, that's a really important role.
Yeah, he was in a mocap suit. And if you look at the dog when it's getting murdered, you can see just the classic Nicolas Cage facial expressions going.
Oh yeah,
all over the place.
You know, I'll have to watch that again. But I do remember when I saw that initially, it reminded me of the choir scene from Face Off. You know, the kind of facial expressions he's got going on there.
Yeah,
and, like when he's groping that child.
Are we talking about Face Off or Leaving Neverland?
I'm sorry. In Face Off, Cage plays an interesting character where he happens in the opening scene to grope a large group of choir altar boys or girls. I don't even remember. I haven't seen that movie in probably 5 to 6 years.
I've never seen it. Does he just line them up and go down the line?
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but kind of, I don't know. He's creeping up on some people, squeezing some cheeks. He's got a weird look on his face. I don't know. If you've ever seen a photo of Nicolas Cage in a priest uniform, like bug-eyed and going, like, well, okay, there's a lot of listeners here, but
for the listener at home, he just winked at me, and he proposed that we pause the record, and I think he wants to grope me.
Do you
want me to cut?
Well, it'd be good to pause for a second there if we could do this. I think it would really convey like the feelings if I could grope him. Like he'd understand. Really,
I mean, I'll give you permission.
Okay.
It's kosher.
Well, no. There can't be permission for it to be the way it was done in the film. Like for you to really understand it,
Dave,
you're gonna have to revoke your permission. What?
Dave, I need you down here. I'm feeling unsafe.
Sorry, my dick's out. Just 1 minute.
Oh. Nope. Yeah, hold on. Finish what you're doing. I'm gonna grope him quick.
Just keep doing it into the microphone. I'll be done in a minute. Then I'll come down.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry if you hear about a minute and a half of just fabric rustling in a moment. We're just going by the Nicolas Cage school of method acting, you know?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think
anti-method acting is what he does. So, like, we
How do you think
fucked
he
this
got
up
in
completely.
character for that
See,
role?
this is what he got sick of. How do I think he got in character for that role?
Did he actually grow? Did he do?
I don't think he actually grew up children, but
I mean, I'm really hoping.
I mean, like, I think with the whole Me Too movement thing, that would have come out by now. But
and that brings us to the real point of this podcast. We are going to watch every Nicolas Cage movie until we figure out what the fuck he's hiding, because it's something.
Yeah.
It's definitely something. And I think by the end of this, Nicolas Cage is going to be canceled. And
that's our goal. Hashtag cancel Nicolas Cage.
if you're listening,
That's
Mr.
really
Cage,
what
and I know you are, we're coming for you.
And see, this is a thing that I've had as a personal vendetta for my whole life, because my whole damn life, people have been calling. My name is Nicholas, for the uninformed listener.
Wait,
or
like Nicolas Cage?
yes,
You're fucking kidding.
except mine has an H, okay, and his does not. He's just got the C.
It's a fake.
And with it being Cage and my last name starting with a C,
Same amount of letters too.
yeah,
You
it's
really
all-
fucking got it down.
yeah. People have called me Nicolas Cage for a very long time, and
And to be fair, your parents did name you after Nicolas Cage.
yeah, I mean, they saw Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and were so blown away with his cameo performance at the age of 17 that
They had to look him
that
up.
they held on to that for 13 years until I was born, and then decided to name me that.
Actually,
And-
for a brief period, they changed their last name to Coppola before changing their last name back to Cook. Can I say your last name on air?
Yeah, sure. why
Okay.
not? All right.
I just doxed him.
I'm out
Let's
there as
go.
a public record. Yeah, don't dox me. I don't know. Whatever.
Hold on, you texted me your address earlier. Let me read that out real quick.
Oh yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare Thumbwar Avenue, I believe.
That's it. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna read it, but I don't have to.
See, this is like the 8 Mile Secret. You diss yourself, and then they have no power in their words when they're dissing you, throwing out your address. Oh shit. Never mind. Anyways,
Hey, I'm gonna come down real quick. We're still rolling, and I think it's fun to keep it rolling while we do this. But Mike, I'm getting a lot of laser in your mic, so I want to kind of wow. I'm just gonna come down and explain. I'll be right there.
all right. I did put my dick in his mic,
Toodles.
for the record.
Toodles. My microphone, not my being.
Oh yeah. We got
Cool.
Nicolas Cage and Mike who talks into a mic. Uh-huh.
That's
And,
fucking
well,
crazy.
I know, right?
We're talking about Nicholas. You're Nicholas. We're talking into mics. I'm Mike.
It's like this was meant to be.
I want to try to adjust this mic so that it's pointing more this direction than that direction.
Gotcha.
Let's see if I can swing this. I mean, no fucking really stupid pun intended.
Well, anyways, so this is a solo podcast now. It's Nicholas talking Nicholas. And
Nick talking Nick.
you know, the Cage Man, during these minor technical difficulties, I'm going to keep this going here. The Cage Man has stated, as I was talking before about his experimental acting methods beginning with Vampire's Kiss, he stated that Vampire's Kiss is his personal favorite film that he has done thus far. I saw that in the GQ released a video a while back where they interviewed Nicolas Cage about his most famous characters. And yeah.
If you just pour water on the microphone, it should help.
So how is that?
Hey, honey.
I'm just going to talk with me turned
Dude,
down.
it's actually a lot better.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Because if you guys could just talk in unison, just keep fucking talking. I'm just
I
gonna
wanna
actually
suck my own
reset
dick
the
from
fan
you.
volumes,
How to suck my own
and
dick.
then I can adjust the outputs from there.
I don't
Okay.
care what Dave's saying.
But yeah, if you guys just want to start babbling, go for it.
Is that not what we were already doing?
We were kind of just babbling endlessly, but
Well, it was more conversational and back and forth. If I could just see both of you talking over each other at the same time, that's what I need.
Let's so
So this
on the
is gonna
count
be
of
like
three.
the
Let's
US
say
Congress.
our favorite thing about Dave. 3, 2, 1. Absolutely nothing.
everything. Wait, okay. Well, let's keep going. Here.
Okay,
I love his height.
He's
the
very
clothes
tall
he wears.
in that. He should
He's
be a little
friendly.
bit shorter.
He should.
The doorways in
The
here are
way
kind of
he
ridiculous.
positively
Too high.
edits everything
He,
that I make in the
he
podcast and makes Mike look
Keeps
bad
fucking
while
with my
making
voice,
me look better.
making me sound slow, and I'm already slow enough. I don't need to be fucking modified.
And
to
like,
be
well,
slower.
you see,
It's kinda
I just keep
ridiculous.
kind of, you know,
Yeah.
I keep staring at him late at night. Oh
I gotta
god,
take
whoa.
a big fat shit.
This son of a bitch.
I gotta take a big fat shit.
Okay, I've changed my mind. My least favorite thing about Dave is all the delay. It makes me. Never mind. I like that.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, really, truly, but you guys really ought to see my dick.
I've tried. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, hold on here. I think we're gonna have to do a lot of editing. We've gone in a lot of strange places here.
There's some definite.
Yeah, we'll edit it.
Is it editing? Is that what we should do? We should. It's like where you cut. You cut parts out of the podcast, or you like put more stuff in.
Oh, but editing is like cutting things.
You're taking content out and away from the listeners, if there are any.
I thought it was like adding like effects and cool things. Wait, why would you take things out? What was? But
see, I thought editing. I thought it was like editing. Where you?
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought the etymology of it came from the word "ad." Anyways,
well, actually, editing comes from etymology. It's complicated.
Okay.
Well, I mean, trust me, I will be adding things. Don't worry. There will be additive synths and
I have a good fart soundboard if you need one.
Hell yeah.
Well, okay, hold on. Getting back on track here. So I thought we would just ask each other. I want to implore my good friend, my lovely other being. Like, I've known this guy for so long, and you know what I don't know about him? What's his favorite Cage movie? I don't fucking know what that is. I have no idea.
Which is crazy because I've told him 3 million times. Literally every day I get up and I text him.
And I just refuse to listen mostly.
The World Trade Center movie is my favorite.
Oh, really?
No, I've actually
my
never
favorite
seen
Nicolas Cage film is the footage of the World Trade Center.
I'm a Tower 7 guy.
Oh,
I love seeing that Tower 7 go down. But that's for another podcast. I think what is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie? G-Force. I'm gonna say G-Force, and
really,
that's not a joke.
Now, see, I think even though he,
well, we got Cage in the studio.
Now, even though this man, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna get a word in edgewise here. Even though this man said that G-Force is his favorite movie and that he is not lying, he's not joking or anything, I'm pretty sure there's some layers of sarcasm laced on his voice. I, for one, listeners, and being 100% honest here, my favorite Cage movie I ever saw is National Treasure, because really it's the one that I can
It's the one you can relate to most because you, for those who don't know, actually stole the Declaration of Independence.
I did, actually, yeah.
It's right here up on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it goes right over the organ that we have in the studio here, which we have an organ because we are also a music studio. Hire us. And
yeah, we got an organ right here, and I'm putting it in my crotch.
Yeah, there's just a large intestines on the back wall, but right above that is a copy of the Declaration of Independence that I stole. The one that is in the Smithsonian or wherever that is. I don't remember where it is. I took the real one.
Will Smithsonian. Exactly. The Will Smithsonian.
Yeah, the Will Smithsonian. That one's a lie. I have the real one right here in my place. Right here at 1234 I Declare a Thumb War Drive. And if you want to come and take it, you're going to have to take me with it, because...
And now you do have a bumper sticker that says "Come and take it," right?
I do, yeah. And it's got a picture of the Declaration of Independence, and over that is a Glock 19. And
because we use that Declaration of Independence for target practice.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't actually have the Second Amendment on it, so it's fucking useless.
Exactly. Needs a little amending on our end.
Exactly.
Yeah, National Treasure is a great one. All
right, back to Reality Line. Well, yeah, I don't know. To be honest, it's just looking through his other movies. I really loved National Treasure when it came out when I was a kid. When did it come out? Like 2004, it says here. Yeah, I was thinking like 2006 for some reason, but that's when the World Trade Center one that came out. That is his favorite. Well,
My true favorite.
Oh,
My
yeah.
true favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched a lot of National Treasure as a kid. I don't know, it's a pretty fun movie. And for a little bit of backstory, I guess, we've always been kind of obsessed with either the paranormal or we like big heists. And this is kind of like there's a ghost in National Treasure, right?
Yeah, I think there's. Actually, they're all ghosts, isn't it?
Yeah, so it like combines our two favorite
Yeah.
interests of like Nicolas Cage and crew is playing like the reincarnated forefathers. They're trying to take back their piece of paper. And,
Yeah. Well, it's the National Treasure, and their soul is trapped in that treasure, so they're kind of
right.
like,
So they have to like break it open and release the souls, and then it like goes back to their body.
Yeah, and Cage plays
Spoilers.
Jefferson, I think.
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah,
They call him TJ because it's supposed to be like more modern. But
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I actually really appreciated that about that. It's like when you bring it to a more modern time and context, it makes it a lot easier to get a feel and emotion for the characters. That,
yeah, I can't imagine like
if he was just standing there like 7 years ago, and like Thomas Jefferson said that all the fucking time.
Yeah, can you imagine like in this day and age meeting someone named Thomas? Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't make sense.
I don't know.
It's either TJ or Tommy or
there
Tom
are no
Boy.
Tommies after Tom Petty died. There's none of them.
We can't have Thomases at this point. There's the Tank Engine and there's
Yeah.
Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all we need.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, now there's no more Petty, but we still got a Tank. Well, there's plenty of Petty in this world with all these fucking.
Hey.
I haven't said anything in a while, but I am here for the Thomas the Tank Engine reference.
Hey, we may not have Petty anymore, but God forbid Kevin Bacon dies. We got no Cash, no Petty, and no who's someone else that's dead? Who died? Stan Lee. We got no Lee.
Oh shit! What
Spoilers,
am I gonna do
Stan Lee's dead.
when I need jeans? Oh, I guess
Exactly.
I'll go to Levi's. But
No, that's actually his brand too, Stan Levi.
oh shit! I didn't realize that was short.
Yeah, he shortened it for it's a Hollywood thing, just like Nicolas Cage did.
Oh yeah. Wait, what did he short that from?
Cage is short for
I remember vaguely. It was like Cajunstein or
I think it's Cajun Field.
Cajun Field? Or was it Cagelicious?
Chitler.
Didn't he make that song Cagelicious, Definitious?
Oh yeah. See, we can't even get into his musical catalog because
that'd be a whole nother podcast.
That's so many more episodes that we'd have to do if we did all his albums too.
Well, maybe if we get to that point.
Cagelicious definition, steal the Declaration.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was it. Yo, shit, dude, it's been so long since that was a banger.
That was a banger.
Yeah.
And a mash. But yeah, so how many times have you seen National Treasure between let's say on a scale of 10 to 50?
I think I'd have to go with 10 because I think I've only seen it probably 4 times. Like I saw it on TV like twice when I was a kid. I think I caught. Well, does it count as 2 viewings if you saw like the first half of it and then you had to go to your fucking family dinner party and then another time you saw like the second half but not the middle bit, like you still missed the middle and you saw the ending, and then that's 2 times, and then the third time I rented it on DVD and then.
See, I feel like I've seen it at least a dozen times because it was one of those movies where like every time my history teacher in high school was hungover, they'd be like, "Hey, let's watch National Treasure," because it's so informative.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I did see that in high school a couple of times, but I was I was on the reefer, and
the devil's lettuce.
It hurt my brain development. And no one should ever do drugs because I'm a reformed. I don't know where I'm going with this.
He's a reformed reefer head, and if you do reefer, you'll be right here where we're sitting doing a Nicolas Cage podcast, and that's not what you want to be.
No, it's actually one of the worst things you can do. It's inspired some existential horror within me, but once I'm past that, I think we'll be at a good point. But Anyways, yeah, no, I've probably seen that like 6 or 7 times actually, if I think about it, because I rented the DVD once as a kid. I enjoyed it. I did see clips of it in my history classes in high school because when my teachers felt like they didn't want to, you know, teach or something, they throw that on, and even because it's so historically relevant with with TJ. I call him Teach for short. I'm trying to modernize it more. The movie came out 15 years ago. You kind of gotta keep going with it.
But I mean, that's the great thing about that movie is that it's not only entertaining, but it's educational. And it kind of it makes you a better person. It establishes morals in the young audience, and I know that we've drawn a lot from that, and we've kind of taken TJ's teachings
Oh yeah,
and incorporated them in our own lives.
it's really kept me going throughout all these years. Honestly, I think about it and I'm like, what would Teach do?
What would Teach do?
And I know at the end of the day, that's really because of Nicolas Cage. And, even though I want to cancel him because he's, I've been called him my whole life, he really was a big influence on me. So I guess it's kind of like, well, thank you guys for getting me through this therapy session because I just had a really major realization here that
We
the
just had a
person I
breakthrough
hated
here.
the most for that. Oh, there's furious masturbation in celebration.
See, you know what they say? It's never meet your heroes,
off.
cancel your heroes. And that's
It's true.
That's the
Cancel
that's the
your
moral of this.
heroes. Never meet them, cancel them. But anyways, National Treasure Book of Secrets, the sequel, if I remember correctly, that was a load of hot garbage.
Oh yeah. See the National Treasure the sequel, the Squeakquel, Tale of Two Kitties.
Oh yeah.
It was really a diminishing return. I mean, being
Well, at that point, they kind of gave up on the whole fucking founding fathers narrative and the regaining the
Right.
country. He's not even Tej anymore. Like he's
Yeah.
playing his own fucking Mount Rushmore face.
yeah,
Like
he's
like
playing.
why did they do that? Why didn't they just build a model?
They
like-
tried to Eddie Murphy him and put him in like every role of the movie,
Yeah,
and it just didn't work.
it didn't. But wait, hold on. I'm looking here. He was an Astro Boy, like the Japanese manga, the original manga. Yes, it literally was. Wow, I needed to research this more, folks. But wow, wait, is that a movie we're seeing? Is that in the bracket? We have to bring up the bracket. Also,
We do have to bring up the bracket. That's a good point.
Here, things that we didn't think about in our planning session. It's on challenge/cage fight, right?
Cage Fight Podcast.
Oh, okay.
I have it up here. But while we're finding that, yeah, I would say National Treasure is probably the Nicolas Cage movie I've seen second most after Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh,
Which
really?
was that was one of those movies that was literally on every channel playing on TV when I was a kid. And if I was bored, I'd just turn on the TV and I'd watch him make out with Angelina Jolie with dreadlocks, and it kind of spurred on my sexual awakening. And
See,
I
just remember a bunch of random clips from that movie. Like, honestly, I remember that came out when I was like 5 years old or something. Well, hold on. I actually have a list of Cage movies in front of me here, and I can look this up. It came out in 2000. I was 6 years old, maybe 5. And I remember my parents watching that movie and me having to go upstairs because I wasn't allowed to watch it because it had some racy things in there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Either that or I was tired and I wanted to play with dinosaur toys. I don't know. But
you missed some good car sex. Let me tell you that.
mm,
And now the thing about that flick is it's a remake, and so because I saw it 10,000 times, naturally I was convinced that it was great. I loved it. I knew it like the back of my hand, so it's got to be good. And at some point, I went and I watched the original, and I couldn't have given less of a shit about what was happening. There was no DMX playing. There was no snake
take
in a
out
car.
the DMX and who's gonna give it to you?
Exactly.
Like, really?
Exactly.
Like,
And now
Cage isn't gonna give it to you. I mean, he could maybe if he wanted to, but he's more interested in pursuing, weird non-method acting purposes.
Yeah.
But anyways, in terms of Cage movies that I've seen, probably honestly the one I've seen the most is Kick-Ass. That's not a starring role, but he plays a fairly significant role in there, a supporting role, some might say.
Yeah.
And I saw that a lot because in high school, I saw it once in the theater, and then I swear to God, everywhere I went, everybody wanted to watch that damn movie every time I was there, and I was like, okay, I'll watch this, I'll watch this, I'll watch this. So, and I haven't watched it since then because I saw it probably like 25 times in that time period. So I'll be interested to go back to that with my recollections here.
Yeah, I wasn't so big on Kick-Ass. I did see that in the theater also. If I recall correctly, I was actually on a first date and saw it in the theater, and I couldn't even pay attention because I was just wondering when I was going to get fingered.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it never happened, so I didn't see a second of that movie. And I thought this whole time I thought he was in the sequel also. I thought we were going to be watching both Kick-Ass movies, but does he?
No, he dies in the
He
first one.
fucking, spoiler alert, he fucking dies.
Oh shit! Yes, spoiler alert. Well, anyways, if
it's an
you
old
haven't
movie.
watched these movies and you're planning on watching them along with us, well, God rest your weary soul. But
I have the
but
bracket
also there's
here.
probably going to be a lot of spoiler alert for really the entire podcast at this point. But
Yeah, what we're gonna do here, before we end the first episode, is we're gonna go on each of his movies' Wikipedia pages, and we're gonna read the last paragraph of the summary.
oh yeah,
And so, and you could, after you watch the movie, you can go back, hear the ending, and then think to yourself that they were right. That's
Yeah.
true. That's what
Like,
happened.
they did not lie about that.
They definitely read that from Wikipedia.
Mhm.
So should we go through the premise of this podcast is that
which we probably should have gotten to a lot earlier.
you know we got into the intro pretty heavy, but the idea of the podcast is that we're not just going through his filmography, but we are pitting all of his films against each other, hence the name Cage Fight. Hashtag Cage Fight.
I was expecting a soundbite there from Dave.
Get an explosion in there quick. I'll say it again. Hashtag Cage Fight. And just put an explosion in there.
Hashtag Cage Fight.
So yeah, we put together a bracket, which is hard to do with the number is 82. Luckily, there's lots of tools out there that will generate a bracket for you. So we have a lot of flicks that are passing through to the second round, which means we got a lot of stinkers ahead of us right off the bat. We're gonna get fatigued hard.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. On this bracket, Deadfall is ranked number 1. Now, that may be a terrible movie, but it's one that I want to see, just from having seen a bunch of clips.
It's the 64 seed.
It's true.
It's in the first matchup, which won't be the first matchup that we're going over.
It's in the top 3/4 of films that I think. No, my math doesn't check out on that one, but it's almost there.
That first matchup is Deadfall versus the USS Indianapolis movie,
Mhm.
which I didn't know existed.
Ideally,
I'd like to watch that and the World Trade Center movie back to back. You know,
we got to get historical concept.
Exactly, and then National
context.
Treasure. We'll bookend it with a National Treasure movie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
this bracket might be up to some change and debate.
Oh,
possibly. We might swap some things around. But for right now, you can see it at challenge.com/cagefightpodcast. That is challenge with an O instead of the first E.
And if you want admin rights to completely destroy it, just email me at nicksemail@gmail.com. So yeah, we have Deadfall versus the USS Indianapolis flick. There's a title undercut, but it's Men of something. I don't know what that is.
Men of... Oh, hold on here.
Men of Color. That's not what it is, but
Men
that's
of
what it looks
Courage.
Like. Okay.
Which you should know because, the Indianapolis crew was quite courageous when they all died from shark attacks and
probably not a
drowning.
man of color. Not a lot of men of color. Wait, was that the shark attack one? The Indianapolis?
Yeah, you know the
Oh.
story in Jaws where he's talking about.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was on the USS Indianapolis.
Of
and
course.
sharks they got black eyes because he's a fucking racist about eyes.
Yeah,
But-
that's pretty fucked up. Didn't really hold up well. But yeah, and I've
but-
seen like every Shark Week doc there is about that.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, the Indianapolis, I think, it became really famous as like a. Was that my cat?
whoa.
It became really famous as a shark attack story, but originally it was carrying the atomic bomb on the way to nuke Japan at the end of World War II,
Yeah.
and we lost a bomb that way. So I
And-
believe there's a bomb sitting somewhere at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean because of it. But
what happened with that is not a lot of people actually know this. I have some inside info, but shark ate the bomb, and that's actually how the Jaws shark explodes.
really,
Because they myth busted it. I'm pretty sure if you shoot
yeah.
the gas
I
tank,
saw the Mythbusters
the- yeah.
episode. You can't just do that with propane. So
It-
I was wondering what it was. I didn't realize it was the nuke.
yeah, there was a nuke in that shark. That's why the shark got so big. There was like the radiation inside of it kind of pushing its way out and turning it into a super shark.
I wonder if those victims that got eaten and like chewed up, if
Yeah.
they got radiation poisoning and there's like mutant, like, limbs walking around like ready to eat people and kill
We're gonna
people.
have to cut this out because we're definitely starting a comic franchise off of this. This is
Oh,
this
yeah.
is genius.
We can't let this be stolen.
This
Can't.
let's-
No. Fuck you, listener.
next thing you know, some Joker like
This is
Keanu
coming.
Reeves instead of
Take
Nicolas
my
Cage.
shit.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So
I'm
yeah,
leaving this in.
Oh yeah. Well, no, but hold on here. Let me tell you about the contract that I will sign you for this comic right here that we're gonna make about this, because it's like then you can cut this out and like we don't have that. I'm talking like $3 million. I'm thinking like I think we could pitch this to Marvel for
It's a lot of
for,
clams.
like $9 million. We'll just split it 3 ways. We don't need to pay anybody. I can draw. I drew stick figures once.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna clap really loud into the mic so you know where to cut this out. This is the end of the. Okay. So yeah,
Oh.
I sincerely hope he punches a shark in that movie. If he doesn't, because how do you have Nicolas Cage in a movie about the Indianapolis and he's not punching a shark in the face while screaming to the heavens? That's
That's honestly a really good question.
Well,
Well,
all right. What else is in this bracket? We got Knowing versus Arsenal.
I feel like I vaguely know what Knowing is, but for some reason I thought it starred Bruce Willis, not Nicolas Cage.
Isn't like Sandra Bullock or something in that? I feel like the only thing I know about Knowing is that after it came out, I heard it was atrociously bad.
I do remember hearing not good things about it.
See,
Hold on here. It's directed by Alex Proyas and it stars Nicolas Cage. Produced by Todd Black, just so you know. Like,
TV.
That's really important.
That's Shane Black's cousin. Probably.
I think, and it's Lewis Black's son.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no Sandra Bullock. In fact, it's a lot of people I've never heard of besides Nicolas Cage. But
I feel like that's going to be a lot of his movies.
yeah, mostly. But yeah, I don't know. Well, how about we just talk about the ones we're excited about, maybe that we
Okay.
want to see.
Thanks for listening. That's the end of the podcast.
Damn.
Just kidding. And again, Nicolas Cage, if you're listening, love you, and I am not here to mock you. Let's see. I'm personally quite excited for The Wicker Man.
Yeah, I am actually really excited for that too because I've seen a lot of clips from that in meme land. The memes are really strong with that movie, but I don't know. It looks like a Rick rollicking good time, if that's a phrase that people have used before.
A Rick rolling good time.
Yeah, Rick rolling.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna give it up. Like,
Oh, here we go. We did it, folks. This whole podcast was a ruse leading you to that bit.
Yeah, really. This was just a long, elaborate Rickroll. I hope you're happy with yourself for falling for it. But
You're so fucking stupid, whoever's listening.
yeah, the Wicker Man.
I've never
exciting.
seen like the movies that are touted as being his best, other than Mandy.
Yeah,
I
I
have not
haven't seen
seen.
Raising Arizona.
Haven't seen. I
Um,
think that's a Coen Brothers one, so it should be good.
yeah, well,
Um,
the only Coen Brothers movies I've ever seen are oh, hold on, I guess I've seen Fargo, Big Lebowski, and No Country for Old Men, all of which feel vastly different in tone. So I'm really interested to see what goes on there.
yeah, I'm excited to see that one. What's the other one? Leaving Las Vegas is the other one. I think he was nominated for something for that, but
What I think he won Best Actor. Hold on, or was he just nominated?
I feel like he was just nominated because
Yeah, it's something I should know right away, considering I'm starting a fucking podcast about this man.
let me
You'd
tell you
think I would
something.
know.
We know all this
Oh.
stuff. We're just playing with.
No, he won an Academy Award for Best Actor in
Oh,
Leaving
shit.
Las Vegas.
Well,
Ah.
what the fuck? This is way above our pay grade. We should probably
Well,
stop
the
right
fucking
here.
Academy's all a lie anyway. Like, shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
Green Book?
yeah,
Hashtag Green Book?
yeah, seriously. I don't know. Well, to be honest, I saw the trailers for Green Book and I was like, that's going to be nominated for an Academy Award. It's also going to be really bad.
Yeah,
it's one of those fucking white savior movies. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, it has a decent
mean-
enough cast. I love Mahershala Ali, but I don't know if I love him enough to sit through that movie.
I'm going to be honest here. I don't know anyone who's in it because I don't follow things that didn't happen like 10 years ago or more.
Oh, that's,
But
I'll show you Moonlight later. Watch Moonlight.
oh shit, I have been meaning to watch that for like 2 years since it came out.
Oh, it's great.
And it's been about 2 years now, so I can see that now. Like
You can
it's fallen past my dateline.
In the next 3 to 8 years, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
But that's your window.
Mm.
So check it out. What else is on here?
I gotta be honest here. I do want to see Deadfall. There's some really interesting clips I've seen of that one online.
Yeah, I think you've sent me some clips from that, or a video
of him. What do you think I'm a fucking? I don't know.
I mean, and yeah, I do think that, but I'm excited to watch that one. Heard good things about it from one of my co-hosts. I won't say which one. World Trade Center, my favorite movie. Can't wait to rewatch it. That's not going to be till the second round because obviously it's that
And,
good.
You know, despite it being his favorite movie, I haven't even seen it. So,
Oh yeah.
look, I'm excited for that one too.
Astro Boy is in the bracket up
Oh,
against Kiss of Death, which I don't know what that is. Sounds like a Dementor movie.
Yeah, Kiss of Death. It sounds like a movie about mobsters or some shit. I don't know.
I hope so. I love a good mob flick.
Yeah. And Bad Lieutenant Port of Call New Orleans. I do want to see that.
That I don't know where that falls in the Port of Call franchise. I think there's a few of them.
Oh, wait, I think. Do you mean the Bad Lieutenant franchise?
Oh, yes. Sorry, the Bad Lieutenant.
Yes. I believe there's an old one from like the 70s or something, but I had never heard of it. I've only heard of this Nicolas Cage version, and I've heard interesting things about it. Okay, no, it's from 1992. I'm sorry, I'm looking these things up here as we're talking.
1992, great year.
Because we live in a wonderful time. There's the internet. I can look things up like this. But yeah, I do want to see that movie. I've seen some cool clips from it. I also want to see Matchstick Men, which I talked about before. Was the bit where he's talking about beating a guy till he pisses blood. Sounds like a good movie. Oh, well, it seems like a good movie. It's got a cool premise. It's about like con men, like trying to run a long con.
Yeah.
He's got like Tourette's, and I think he has OCD too. And he's
what a combo.
and like, if he's not taking his meds, he's not doing so well. But if he takes his meds, he's a cool, calm, collected con man, and he can get through this. And
It's a real like Jekyll and Hyde situation, you know.
Oh yeah.
If he's not on his medication, he's gonna fucking flip shit and
drag you to the street and beat you until you piss blood.
Exactly.
But besides that, what do we got here? Well, Mandy, I've heard good things about recently, mostly from you because
quite recently, several minutes ago even.
Yeah, I'd like it.
I did rewatch Mandy recently, and I wasn't sure if I liked it quite as much. I don't know if it's just don't watch it too sober. Is the problem.
Well, I mean, a lot of these I don't think I'll be doing quite sober. Like G-Force, I know you said that was one of your faves there.
G-Force I'll watch sober.
Yeah.
Rumblefish, whatever that is. Ant Bully I'll watch dead sober because I don't want to cry.
And I really do want to see Vampires Kiss because I've seen a lot of clips of that out of context that seem rather hilarious, but he's trying something new there, and he personally has said that is his favorite film that he has done. So that's
Do you
got to
think-
count for something, right?
Do you
He's
think
been
he's
in
only
82
saying that to
movies
save
at least.
face for the fact that he ate a cockroach in preparation for that movie? So it's like, oh no, it's my favorite. I swear.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, I mean, like Jared Leto apparently like shipped people like dead pigs and stuff. And is Suicide Squad his favorite movie? Is that anyone's favorite movie?
I don't think so. I don't think
Like,
any movie with Jared Leto can be anyone's favorite anything.
yeah, even any song with Jared Leto can't really be anyone's favorite anything. Like,
I don't know if he's been officially canceled yet, but
Take
in-
me, dear,
yes.
bury
Kill.
me, bury me.
The famous music video that inspired The Shining.
Yeah.
Kubrick actually came back to life after seeing that video
Mhm.
and directed.
And
The
I
Shining.
think Jack Nicholson really studied that video for a long time
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to get in the role.
Yeah, because he's always like courtside at Lakers games, and they would like play it on the jumbotron,
Mhm.
and Jack Nicholson's just sitting there like, "Wow, who's this kid? What's this? Ooh, an elevator, blood in it. It's
Yeah.
crazy."
It was
Yeah.
insane. Like
It's,
Stephen King was like, I got to write about this, and then pitch it as a script.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's probably The Shining is probably as good as you're gonna get as far as a sequel to Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
So it's that's good.
Shining is the best Jared Leto related project, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, we've got in the bracket here. I've never seen that movie. That's one of the classic '80s teen quirky not quirky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fucking-
the coming of age Breakfast Club, 16 Candles,
yeah.
grouping of.
Which all of those, I have seen none.
I have seen Breakfast Club.
I have not seen The Breakfast Club. I haven't seen anything. Like, really. Well, hold on. I've seen a bunch of really pretentious Kubrick movies, The Shining included among them. I've seen Alien. That's probably my favorite movie of all time, personally. I like a lot of really bad movies. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger a lot, and Total Recall is probably one of my favorites.
It's a fantastic flick.
Yeah, that is a good one. And then I don't know. That's where you get an idea where I'm coming from. I either like things that are really pretentious and annoying and like are like 3 hours long for some reason, or I like things that are mindless and dumb and your brain can shut off as you watch them.
And Wes Anderson counts in both categories.
Oh shit! This boy's
Oh.
throwing Anderson shade.
Damn.
Anderson Shade. That sounds like it should be a rapper. Well, no,
That's-
that's Anderson .Paak's brother, I believe. They share a first name for some reason, not a last name.
Anderson .Paak, Anderson Shade, and Anderson Cooper are all getting together
Yes.
for a super group. Nicolas Cage was in a movie called Joe, apparently, which I'd like to find out where that falls into the Joe Dirt universe. So I'm looking
I
forward
thought
to
that was a sequel to Mighty Joe Young, because before
yeah.
it was
the Joe universe.
yeah. No, okay. Yeah.
It's Hey Joe. You ever heard that song Hey Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's somehow involved. I don't know where. I don't
Oh.
know. He was in
You
the.
talking Hendrix? Do you want me to cue it up?
Well, I don't know if we have the rights to that, but
No, I meant it's I probably stopped too soon. I meant Hey Joe Cocker, which is how I email Joe Cocker.
I see.
So
Oh wow!
Hang on, I have it here.
God damn it!
thank you for listening. This has been Rick Roll.
Rick Roll, the Cage Fight podcast. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of things there. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I had no idea he was in. I've heard a lot of great things about that. Do you want to see it? I don't think he's in a starring role, but that's okay.
He plays Superman finally.
Oh, he plays Superman?
Yeah,
That's a pretty big role.
it's a pretty
Dude
big
is
role.
a Superman in the
He's-
acting community. You know?
Yeah, and he almost played Superman in the Kevin Smith Superman movie. There's
yeah.
there's a doc about that. That's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get to that. I don't know, but
I'm down to watch that. That might be a bonus episode or something.
see, personally, I feel like Nicolas Cage should have played Batman. I feel like he would have made a great Bat following Michael Keaton. Put him in the cowl and let him loose.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could see him being like, "I'm Batman," and being all like bug-eyed and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like Batman's perfect because he's wearing a mask. Most of the emotion you can express is through the eyes. But...
Right. And so like when he's Bruce Wayne, he could just like kind of talk calm, and then when he's in the cowl, then he just screams the entire
gets
time.
right into his big thing. But yeah, those are a lot of the things I'm looking forward to. I'm not just looking forward to the weird stuff, like Wicker Man and Vampire's Kiss, which I don't know. Vampire's Kiss, I'm gonna hold my opinion off on that. Cage personally likes it. I'm gonna go for it, but I do want to see Raising Arizona pretty badly. I've heard that's a good movie. I want to see Leaving Las Vegas. I mean, he won Best Actor for it. I mean, the Academy's only made 50% mistakes, so this could be
that could have been one of the good ones.
Yeah. And I don't know.
He's in a movie called Racing with the Moon, and I can't wait to find out who wins.
Yeah, seriously. Cage versus the Moon. Maybe we don't even need a movie to pit it up against, because it's just
right. Like whoever wins in the movie
is the winner.
That character,
and then the Moon might just be part of this. We don't know.
The final round, we could just pit all his characters against each other.
Oh yeah. Make a large fight. A cage fight, some might say.
And thank you.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways, we've been going at this for about an hour here. We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, in about 2 hours we'll be done.
Yeah. Anyways, it's been real. We've had some interesting explorations. We've explored our pasts and how they relate to Cage. We've explored the nature of the actor Cage. We've seen him pass across the street, or possibly Anne Hathaway, I don't know, in his Mazda Miyagi. We have delved to the depths of Cagedom as much as we can without watching any of these 82 films that we're about to watch.
Yeah, and I would say for future reference, we'll probably have more of an outline.
Yeah, we'll probably have a lot more direction with where we're going than here, where we happen to just kind of ramble endlessly for a little bit. But
and there'll be plenty of rambling for those who have enjoyed that aspect. But we'll at least have seen a movie to talk about.
Exactly. We'll have a thing we can always go back to. But yeah. And before we go, I just want to say thank you to our legions of fans who, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here today.
We couldn't do this without you.
Yeah, exactly. And this may be the first episode, but I know someday you're all going to come back and listen back to the first episode to re-experience the journey. And I want you to know that I love you. You are what I live for.
I can't wait to listen to this episode again, 6 months from now, when we're the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah, seriously.
It's going to be such a shell shock to hear.
Scratching my nuts at God.
Greatness and waiting, baby.
Yeah.
Greatness and waiting.
It's going to be so strange because we're just kind of finding our footing for now. But this is just ramping up to us being international superstars, essentially.
We're going to be fucking like that Green Day Greatest Hits album.
Yeah. We're going to be like fucking...
That's the name of that, right? I don't even remember.
We're going to be like the Beatles in that whenever we walk into an arena, the tweens will start just fainting everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact right now I'm literally bigger than Jesus. Like just on average. The average height back in the day was like 5'6" back then. I mean, I'm bigger than Jesus.
I'm definitely bigger than Jesus.
My dick is bigger than Jesus.
There's no way Jesus was over 150 pounds. Do you see how fucking a cross held him up? I would have torn down that cross.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, in his defense, he's pretty ripped.
That's true.
Yeah, he's pretty ripped apart as he fell off the cross.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
Okay. No, can we put that at the beginning and the end?
Okay. But anyways, guys, lovely having you listen. Probably one person who will listen to this.
Just to reiterate, we love Nicolas Cage. We love 9/11. We hate Jesus. Continue.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Fuck world trade.
Yeah,
yes.
Fuck world trade. That's all I have to say. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Even the government probably hated world trade. They're fucking part of a globalist conspiracy to take down our
rights to own penises. I don't know.
They're trying to. You know what? You'll never fly a plane into my fucking God-given right to own a firearm. You can't fly a plane into that.
All right, and on that note, goodbye.
Peace.
This has been a Solid Work production.
Solid work. Solid work. Solid work. Hey, solid work.